Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start the event in another 5 minutes. Until then, please sit down and relax. We will start in another 3 minutes.
A study by Cambridge
Active
student in
directed on
previous mentioned
2021
activities. We are in a modern era, so everything involves learning technology is so we have to adapt ourselves to how the world is at right now. So second of all, internet coverage can be an advantage for business.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon to all speakers, participants, and audiences. Welcome to Teen Ideas 2021. Hi, my name is Saraya Sina Yusof from the Faculty of Civil Engineering Technology, University Malaysia Perlis. I will be your moderator for today's opening event. So for our first meeting today, we will be listening to the talk given by our very first two speakers. We have speaker one, Associate Professor, Technologist Dr. Siti Khadijah Zakbar from UNIMAP. And our second speaker, Associate Professor Dr. Insinyur Bambang Somardiono from ITS. We will get to know them in detail later. Throughout the event, we will be using the Teen Ideas 2021 virtual background, which I believe has been provided by the organizers prior to today's event. If it happens that you don't have the background yet, it is much appreciated that you can change yours, which you can also get the file from the chat box. So everyone, please change to the virtual background provided to you. Thank you. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. Here is the guideline that you need to adhere to. Please ensure that microphones of all attendees shall be muted by default. All attendees should use the virtual background given by the organizer. You will have the opportunity to submit text questions to today's presenter by typing your questions into the chat box pane. You may send in your questions at any time during the presentation. We will collect these and address them during the Q&A session at the end of the presentation. If you rather ask in person, you can also use this icon on the control panel to raise your hand to indicate that you have a question or comment, but please do so after the speaker finishes her talk. Once you raise your hand, someone will unmute your line so that you can ask your questions afterwards. And if we have too many questions for the speakers, I will have to choose the suitable questions to keep our session within the time aligned. I must remind that all audiences should rename your ID in the meeting with the abbreviation of your full name and followed by the university names. For example, Adam_UNIMAP or Alif_ITS. And lastly, all audiences should ensure the availability of the microphone and webcam throughout the program. I must remind that the attendance will be taken, which you may find the attendance link at the end of the event later. I should also point out that the certificate of appreciation shall be awarded to the presenting participants with full attendance only, while certificate of participation will be emailed to the eligible audiences after the meeting 7, which is the grand closing and award giving ceremony, is going to happen in the early December 2021. So here's a glance through the event's agenda. So we will be having a welcoming speech by both representatives from the universities, University Malaysia Perlis and ITS, followed by the corporate video. And later on, we're going to listen to the opening remarks given by the Executive Director of Asia Technological University Networks, A2NET. And then we're going to start with the first speaker's talk by the Associate Professor, Technologist Dr. Siti Khadijah Zakbar, and later on by the Dr. Insinyur IR Bambang Somardiono. At the end of both talks, we're going to have a Q&A session. And lastly, before the closing remarks given by the Professor Dr. Tunku Sarha Tunku Ahmad, we will be having the Certificate of Appreciation Award ceremony for both speakers. And at the end, please ensure that you are ready for the group photos. A few remarks on Teen Ideas 2021 program. It is a virtual mobility program, a collaboration between University Malaysia Perlis UNIMAP with the Institute Teknologi 10 November Indonesia. To those who are new to the program, this is the second cycle since last year's event, which is it is organized aiming at engaging students as well as staff from the Asian Technology Networks, or in short, A2NET, in the development of networking, interchanging ideas, and valuing different thoughts and perspectives among participants. So this year, the theme chosen for the program is Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. The program consists of series of meetings. So in total, we're going to have 7 meetings, a quick catch up with the next meeting that is going to be at every Wednesday, starting from the first group's presentation and idea pitchings on the 20th October 2021 until the grand closing, which is going to be in the 1st December 2021. For meeting 1, the topic revolves around SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities, and the topic is Gen Z's Voice and Vision for the Inclusive and Sustainable Urban Utopia. What a very interesting topic. So next, let us hear to the welcoming speech will be given by the Vice Chancellor of University Malaysia Perlis, Professor Technologist Dr. Zaliman Sauli, followed by the corporate video of University Malaysia Perlis.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam ilmu, keikhlasan, kecemerlangan. UNIMAP 2 dekad, tradisi gemilang, teknologi transformasi komuniti. Thank you to the MC, Dr. Sarah Yasina Yusof, the Honorable Professor Dr. Engineer Muhammad Ashari, Director of Institute Teknologi 10 November ITS Surabaya, Indonesia, Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Ismit Muhammad Said, Executive Director of the Asia Technological University Network, ATUNet, Professor Maria Atiasari, the Director of ITS Global Engagement, Dr. Astria Nur Irfansyah, Senior Manager of the International Partnership of ITS Global Engagement, the keynote speakers, Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Siti Khatijah Zakba and Dr. Engineers Bambang Sumadiono, Associate Professor Dr. Tengku Salha Tengku Ahmad, the Director of Center for International Engagement, UNIMAP, Dr. Etta Hu Peng Yong, the Deputy Director of CIE UNIMAP, distinguished panels of reviewers, presenting participants, the audience, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I would like to congratulate all committee members from the International Office of ITS and UNIMAP who have worked hard to make this Teen Ideas 2021 possible. I'm sure this program would not have happened without the cooperation and commitment from everyone present. A special thanks goes to the ATUNet, a strategic international alliance that connects all participating universities in this program. My special thanks and appreciation are also dedicated to all keynote speakers, participating students, moderators and reviewers who have given their full commitment to make this program a success. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme of our program today is based on SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities, Gen Z, Voice and Vision for the Inclusive and Sustainable Urban Utopia. I regard the chosen themes as an engaging and a perfect program themes, as it will be the first step to create awareness to our students about SDG. Learning about this initiative helps students develop insight into critical issues around the world, such as a lack of access to proper homes and better education. In our increasingly interconnected world, we need to prepare the next generation to the global leaders who are able to lead and thrive in the global marketplace. The SDGs engage students in practical goals and problem solving by putting issues into relatable context. Hence, through this program, we are encouraging our students to have greater awareness and understanding on their local and global communities. When students are exposed to important SDG topics, such as those about poverty, hunger, and education, they begin to understand the unique challenges facing communities all over the world that they may not have known about before. This understanding fosters a sense of global connection and empathy for the earth as a whole. Students need empathy to develop healthy relationships throughout their life. By taking empathy and transforming it into action-based compassion, students can start community initiatives they are passionate about or get involved in local organizations that create change and unite our world. Once students have an understanding of the SDG and why they are necessary, they will be inspired to make positive change in big and small way. Ladies and gentlemen, by participating in this program, it is hoped that the knowledge and experience gained by the students will be an added advantage as a holistic individual needed by the industry in their respective countries and internationally. To conclude, we hope to build on the success of this program and continue this partnership with all ATU NEXT members and to organize more joint programs in the future, including extending this to a wider range of our strategic partners across Asia. On that note, may I once again express my appreciation to all of you, our guests and partners, for supporting this program and for your attendance this afternoon. I wish all of you a productive and joyful time ahead. Thank you.
In 2002, the Ministry approved the establishment of College University Kejuruteraan Utara Malaysia, KUKUM, the 17th public university in Malaysia. In 2007, KUKUM was rebranded as UNIMAP. UNIMAP offers programs of study leading to the award of diploma, bachelor's, master's and PhD degrees. Following the restructuring of the university in September 2020, UNIMAP now has 6 faculties offering more than 40 programs of study. Faculty of Electrical Engineering Technology, Faculty of Electronic Engineering Technology, Faculty of Mechanical Engineering Technology, Faculty of Chemical Engineering Technology, Faculty of Civil Engineering Technology, Faculty of Applied and Human Sciences. UNIMAP continuously carries out research that brings benefit to all. Nanotechnology research in UNIMAP looks into faster, easier and more accurate detection of microbiological diseases. The HPV-CC kit has high sensitivity that allows early detection of cervical cancer through saliva. A bus monitoring system developed by the UNIMAP Center of Excellence for Advanced Sensor Technology facilitates efficient monitoring of the movement of university buses for students. Under UNIMAP's social responsibility programs, an alternative energy source kit known as EPS kit has been developed. Each year, UNIMAP produces alumni whose presence is felt the world over, in many parts of the world.
Being graduate from UNIMAP, it really helps me in adapting to the working environment, and it helps me speeding up my learning curve. And I think the best thing about UNIMAP is they don't just teach you, they prepare you.
The soft skills, problem-solving analysis, as well as a lot of hands-on practical that we practice in lab, it will help the graduates to be more confident when they graduated later on.
UNIMAP researchers are globally recognized, evident through the acquisition of numerous international grants.
UNIMAP is my first choice because the programs offered here are focused and they fulfill the expectation of the industry.
Apart from academic and research, which are the university core business, sport, culture and volunteerism are also given due to the attention. It's up to the student to choose which field he or she wants to immerse into.
The success and achievements thus far have placed UNIMAP on the world stage.
Thank you very much, Prof, for the inspiring speech just now. So now let us listen to the welcoming speech which will be conveyed by Professor Dr. Insinyur Muhammad Ashari, Director of Institute Teknologi 10 November ITS, followed by the corporate video of Institute Teknologi 10 November ITS.
Good afternoon from Institut Teknologi 10 November, ITS Surabaya, Indonesia. First, I would like to thank the honorable guest, Associate Professor Dr. Maud Ismit bin Maud Said from Asia Technological University Network, ATU-NET. Also the Executive Director, Honorable Lieutenant Colonel Professor T.S. Dr. Zaliman Salwi, Vice Chancellor University Malaysia Perlis, UNIMEP, the Honorable Associate Professor Dr. Siti Khadijah Saaba from University Malaysia Perlis, and also Dr. Engineer Bambang Sumardiono from Institut Teknologi 10 November, ITS, Surabaya, Indonesia. I would also like to thank Associate Professor Dr. Tunku Salha binti Tunku Ahmad, the Director of Center for International Engagement, UNIMEP, and also ITS Global Engagement, Dr. Maria, Dr. Irfan, and all team that have been coordinating for this event to run well. ITS and University Malaysia Perlis, UNIMEP, have been working together since 2020 to run this program. Teen Ideas, as it names, implies, aims to bring out the idea from our students to solve problems that are relevant to them and relevant to the society. It is conducted as an online joint program organized by Institut Teknologi 10 November, ITS, Surabaya, Indonesia, and University Malaysia Perlis or UNIMEP. Remember last year, Teen Ideas 2020 had been successfully held with participants from 2 universities, ITS and UNIMEP. And this year, the participants for Teens Ideas 2021 are not only from ITS and UNIMEP, but also from members of Asia Technological University Network, ATU-NET, to participate as presenter and also audience. So this event is a great platform for students to share through among the billion minds from university students of neighboring countries. Therefore, students here today from ITS, from UNIMEP, and ATU-NET members who are participants or audience of Teen Ideas 2021, we encourage you to make most out of this event, to make new friends, work together, and show your idea. We have a high hope that later in the future, ITS, UNIMEP, and ATU-NET may expand the collaborations into other activities such as student exchange, joint research, joint supervision, and many more. So, thank you very much.
Surabaya. The provincial capital of East Java is the second largest city in Indonesia. This city has a huge number of diversities among the people, cultures, and ways of living. Surabaya has been acknowledged for its green public open spaces. It also has successfully equalized the development between build-up area and green area that makes Surabaya a livable city for all.
I see Surabaya as a great city with amazing people.
Living pace here is quite slow, so you don't feel the rush of living in the city.
It's also a good place to travel around. I mean, in bus you can go in many places, or taking train on Java.
It makes me so to be in peace, so I think that is a good place for me to stay.
Surabaya is also known as the City of Heroes because of its role in Indonesian struggle for independence. Moreover, Surabaya nowadays has already become the center of businesses, commerce, industries, and education in Indonesia. One of the pioneers of education in Surabaya is the Institute Technology Sepuluna Pemba, better known as ITS. ITS has 3 campuses in Surabaya. ITS Sukolilo as main campus. ITS Manyar its campus vocational study of civil infrastructure engineering. ITS Jokro Aminoto as campus for Master of Management Technology. Occupying a large area of 180 hectares as its main campus. ITS has 20,000 students, 1,000 academic staff, 1,000 non-academic staff, 10 faculties, and 38 departments. ITS has various fields of study, faculties, and strategic study program which are the center of excellence. Faculty of Industrial Technology, Faculty of Marine Technology, Faculty of Electrical Technology, Faculty of Civil, Environmental, and Geoengineering, Faculty of Business and Management Technology, Faculty of Architecture, Design and Planning, Faculty of Information and Communication Technology, Faculty of Mathematics, Computing and Data Science, Faculty of Natural Science, Faculty of Vocational Studies. Study program at ITS consists of Vocational Program, Bachelor Program, Master Program and Doctoral Program. ITS also has more than 130 full-time international students and 400 international student mobility short program, K&B program, student exchange and other programs.
I work with many projects and many assignments. So it's helped me to improve my personal skill and also for communication skill.
There are many things that we have to fulfill, and ITS has been helping me to improve this kind of things. Besides my hard skill, I also have been able to develop my soft skill, which is important for nowadays leadership.
Also with ITS, I had a lot of opportunities to join different events for free, like the Rujak Connect Festival, which was the cooking event, something. Yeah, this is like kind of opportunities that you don't have every day, and it's funny to take part for once, or yeah, it's nice.
ITS inventing many technological innovations that have been acknowledged in various international competitions. These are several national and international achievements by ITS. ITS Central Library is in a 6-story building, with total building area 9,000 meters square. This library, more than 121,000 printed textbooks, more than 10,000 e-books, 10,000 audio-visual data, and 18,000 digital library collections. Besides providing students with the books, the library also provides students with comfort study area, like discussion area, Hotspot Cafe, computer rent, multi-purposes room, and Indonesia Development Information Services, which connect to the World Bank database. Research and innovation at ITS are geared towards addressing global challenges. Therefore, creative inventions are increasingly being produced by ITS researchers.
If people are talking about logistics and supply chain in Indonesia, we publish papers, we are doing research on transportation modeling, we are doing research on warehouse modeling, and we also do a lot of networking with industries, with companies, and our research has been used in many companies in Indonesia.
We know that Indonesia is the second biggest biodiversity in the world after Brazil, but I think if we combine with our sea area, Indonesia will be the biggest biodiversity in the world. And we do believe that if we perform science of nature and how to utilize it, it is very big opportunity for the treatment of some disease, not only for Indonesian people but also for the world.
Considering the fact that Indonesia has unique climate characteristics, and also Indonesia is also very well known as the laboratory of disaster, therefore a lot of issues, a lot of problems have to be solved. But this is a challenge for us. We cannot work alone, we need to work interdisciplinary, which involve expert, local or internationally. Therefore, we invite all of you to work here with us in ITS. We expect that our contribution and our work will bring ITS as the Center for Excellence in Disaster in Indonesia.
ITS has more than 180 laboratories spread over 10 faculties. The laboratory is used to support faculty and students' research and provides the opportunity to collaborate on big projects and create impactful research programs.
institution, I think ITS has contributed a lot in terms of giving ideas and spirit, and at the same time self-confidence to our country about how capable we are.
ITS, within the next 5 years, it would be a research and innovative university. It means that ITS will be playing a big role in the region, especially in Asia. For the next long term, in 2045, ITS would be an entrepreneurial university. Means that it having a big role playing in the global world.
So, come and join us.
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 Come and join with us, ITS.
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 ITS, University of Heroes.
Next, I would like to invite the Honorable Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Ismet bin Muhammad Said, the Asia Technological University Network A2NET Executive Director, as well as the Pro Vice Chancellor International of University Technology Malaysia UTM to convey his opening remarks for the program. Please welcome Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Ismet.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yang Bahagia, Lieutenant Colonel Professor Technologist Dr. Zaliman Sawali, Vice Chancellor of University of Malaysia Perlis or UNIMAP, Professor Dr. Engineer Muhammad Ashari, Rector of Institute Technologies 10 November, ITS, distinguished guests, members of ATUNet, colleagues, dear friends, and also dear students. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, good evening, or even perhaps good morning, depending on which time zone you are in. So how are you, everybody? I hope that all of you are in good health and in safety wherever you may be. But before we begin, first let us count our blessings, and Alhamdulillah, thank God that we are still able to meet here today, albeit virtually. All right, to begin with, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to be here to kick off the virtual mobility program, Teen Ideas 2021. Now, Teen Ideas 2021 is a joint collaboration between University of Malaysia Perlis or UNIMAP and Institute Technologies 10 November, ITS, working together with ATUNet. The program starts from 6 October until 1st of December 2021. Now, this program focuses on selected Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, namely SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities, and SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. It also puts emphasis on understanding SDGs, discussing its issues and application, and sharing thoughts and perspective from other institutions. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, the Sustainable Development Goals is or are the blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. It addresses the global challenges that we face, including poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, peace, justice, and many more. Therefore, it is very important that the future generation, our students especially, have a good knowledge and comprehensive understanding of SDGs. Right. Throughout the program, students will have the opportunity to listen to various lectures and subject matter experts, and also participate in various group work and presentations. I was informed that there's about a total of 46 participants from 12 universities from 7 countries: Malaysia, Indonesia, Japan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Vietnam, and Brunei. Well, a truly international program indeed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this year, 2021, despite the pandemic, the travel restrictions, the lockdowns, it has actually been a very busy year for ATUNet. As a friend of mine said, we started the year, we hit the ground running, and we haven't stopped yet. Some of the ATUNet programs that we have done for this year, we had the ATUNet Virtual Asia Exploration, ATUNet International Staff Week, the ATUNet Young Researcher Grant Scheme, ATUNet Hackathon. I think recently we had the SDG virtual workshops envisioning 17 SDGs for 2030. And recently, about a few weeks ago, we had the Technological Innovation and Social Entrepreneurship for Economic Development, or TechSeed 2021. This was conducted with 2 other networks, the ALN and SALT. And we had also the ATUNet Virtual Exploration Batch number 2. And today, we have the Virtual Mobility Program Teen Ideas 2021. And this is not the end of it. Coming soon, within this year, we have a couple more programs, such as the ATUNet University Presidents Forum, and also the ATUNet Student Leaders Forum, both coming up in November. Personally, I feel very excited to see ATUNet members being so energetic and so energized and creative in coming up with all these programs, creating opportunities for our students and staff. The basic objectives of ATUNet is sharing of best practices, capacity building, student and staff mobility, and also collaborative research. However, in the bigger picture, what ATUNet does is that it creates opportunity for members to come together, work together, and prosper each other. And in this regard, I believe that that is exactly what the organizers of Teen Ideas 2021 have done. They have created an opportunity for member universities to work together and prosper and enrich each other, especially our students. So I can only say congratulations, tahniah, and shabas to UNIMEP and ITS. And okay, before I end my remarks, I also hope that this program will benefit all of us and inspire us to new ideas and initiatives and how to move forward successfully and safely through these very challenging times. Inshallah, we'll have more programs next year, hopefully in a hybrid or perhaps even a physical setting. So thank you very much. I wish you all a great success in this program, and may God bless and protect us all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Ismail. I think Associate Prof. Ismail has explained the program quite detailed. Thanks again, Prof, for your kind words and motivations. Okay, so now it is time for the group photo session with the VIPs. I would like to ask everyone to switch on your camera and show us your best smiles. I will count from 1 to 3, okay? So ready? So I'm waiting for more people to switch on your camera. Please join us. Okay. Right. Okay, look at your screen now. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Right. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay, for our first meeting today, we're going to be listening to the talk given by our very first speaker, which is the Associate Professor, Technologist, Dr. Siti Khadijah Zakbar. I would like to introduce our first speaker here to you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so Associate Professor, Technologist, Dr. Siti Khadijah Zakbar is currently the Director of Center for Sustainable Campus and Energy Management, also known as COSM, since year 2020. She is actively involved in making University Malaysia Perlis a sustainable campus. She is University Japan in 2005 with the Bachelor Engineering in Electrical Electronics Engineering, and in 2007 she completed her Master Science in Electrical Electronics Engineering, and in early 2010 she successfully completed her PhD degree in Medical Engineering. With her team, she is involved in projects such as tree planting, recycling activities, and energy management initiatives. She also works with government agencies in Malaysia and outside, such as the Department of Environment, the Forestry Perlis, Solid Waste Corporation, Tenaga Nasional Berhad, and E-Idaman Sdn Berhad. She is currently involved in research projects such as anaerobic digester, IoT electrical metering, and also green mastic. So Dr. Khadijah, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sarah Yasina, and a good day to all distinguished guests and also students. Okay, is my audio clear? Right.
Yeah.
So I'm sharing my screen now. All right. Is it on the screen? Okay. So, okay, if I may start this 20 minutes, Dr. Sarah, if I out of time, just remind me. Okay.
Okay,
so,
no problem.
So we start the tone off since I'm the first lecture here. I'll start the tone with it's on SDG 11, and what we are looking at is actually sustainable cities and communities. Now, I purposely chose this somehow dreamy or imaginary title. How does this eco-utopia looks like? Because we are going to imagine things. We are going to actually find ways to actually, put on some ideas of what is actually an eco-utopia, this sustainable city. Now, my name is Associate Professor T.S. Dr. Khadijah, as being introduced by Dr. Sarah. I'm the Director of COSM. And as a university lecturer, we start with these memes. I think a student likes memes. Okay, so this is the semester break. Okay, my friends thinks I'm relaxing. Okay, on a holiday. Maybe the society thinks I'm creating something very enormously, just like fully professor. And probably my student thinks I'm planning not to pass them, giving very hard questions for the exam and so on. I do think I teach very active students here and there. My mother probably thinks I'm in a big lecture hall with 200-300 students. And most of the times I'm in my office doing paperwork. All right, but this is what I do in UNIMAP for the past 5 years or more, okay, because I started doing the things for sustainability since 2014. However, the office started, the COSAM office started in 2020. So prior to the official office setup, we were doing things out of initiative to actually making UNIMAP green campus at that time. So sometimes I wore nice clothes to go to board meeting, okay? And other times I ask people to talk on behalf of the topics. Here is Dr. Sarah, okay? A good friend of mine, okay? Talking about the Environmental Day back in, if I'm not mistaken, in 2 months back. Okay. Sometimes I'm also a student listening to things, new things, of course. And this is, I'm hearing on energy management certification. Okay. This is me with my students. Okay. Where we have a co-curriculum subject where the student could get credit in doing sustainability projects. Okay. So the first day they were here, I gave some lecture, not so long, around 15 minutes, and we went out straight away. We went out and we checked around the campus for the environmental things there. We checked whether the campus, is it you know, any rubbish is around, what type of rubbish is around. And first day, the first lecture, what we did was a trash audit. Okay. And sometimes, okay, I do tree planting, for example. So I made also my VC to come and plant tree with us. We have our security guards planting trees. Okay, this is inside the campus. And this is just recently where I I teach the cleaners of the facilities on how to do recycling, how to actually separate plastic, not just plastic, but you know, type 1, type 2, type 3, and so on, papers and so on, to the around 25 cleaners to this day. Okay, so they are prepared to actually do some waste management here. And sometimes we also go outside. This is when we did World Cleanup Day in Kuala Perlis, and of course near the beach. Okay, this is water body area. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of rubbish at this time of year. This was last year. All right. So this is what I do in UNIMAP, and this is actually my official staff. There are only 5 of us doing all these things with the support from the university. So we have lecturers here and then to support us with the projects and so on. Okay, so we have already around 20 to 30 lecturers helping us in projects throughout the campus. Some are technical projects, some are volunteers project, and so on. All right, now this is my aim. Okay, I would like to inspire you. Okay, and I want to make you ask these questions. What can I do to make my city or my district or my village or my home or my university sustainable? This would be the first question that you should ask yourself and have an answer by the end of this lecture. Okay. Now, when we say eco-utopia, now it's a very, you can say a jargon word because it comes from a title of a book, okay, written by somebody named Sir Thomas More. Okay, Sir Thomas More wrote this book entitled Utopia in 1516, and it's actually a location where it is in fiction. It's an imaginary place where everything is perfect. Okay, governed by a perfect system and social system and perfect political system. And it is a combination of 2 Greek words, means that ou means not, and topos from the place where the word place, topography. So it's not really in our map, basically. So it's an imaginary place where things are so, there's no, where everything is perfect. Next. Okay, I'm going to show you a few pictures. Okay, now this is where we start to imagine things. For example, there's this project. Okay, what will your city or what will your town looks like in 100 years? So, for example, you can actually browse through. There's a lot of pictures where artists or persons they imagine what their city will look like in 100 years. Now I take two cities, example for example London. So the left side of the picture is the current London, and the right one is actually what we imagine in 100 years time. So people are imagining things that is greener, nicer, and ecologically friendly. So this is what is this particular artist is imagining things on their city of London. Now there are also sorry, excuse me. There are also scenes where, you know, based on the current, and they imagine something is getting worse than this. So we might have a look on this, and this is just a perspective. Okay, so what's happening now? If we don't do something about it, or we increase what we are doing about this, we probably will have this kind of scenery in our city. Okay, now another one is Lanzhou. Okay, Lanzhou is in China. It's a city located near a valley, the Yellow River, and it is a city between mountainous things. So at the moment, okay, the amount of development is great, so vast that mountains are being flattened. Now, I'm not going to talk about the ecological aspect, but I'm going to talk about what is the perception of you if this keeps going and nothing is done, and what will happen in 100 years is this artist's imagination. So as you can see, it's flooded, and all the cities are on stones on top of these mountains. Okay, and there's no ground here again. Okay, so this is the what we would imagine in 100 years of our time. Next. So when we read SDG 11, sustainable cities and communities, what are the things that we need to consider? Basically, okay, there's this words, okay, 5 things. To make the cities inclusive. Inclusive means everyone is there, everyone is involved, and no one is left behind. Also, that's basically SDG. And it must include a city being safe and also resilient. What do we mean by resilient? It's not only ecologically resilient, means of the natural disasters and so on, and also resilient in terms of the economics and also the social and everything. But the last part of SDG 11 is making it sustainable. So when we look at this, the main thing of this SDG 11 comes from the word is population, people. People are coming and cities are growing, and especially this is happening in the Asia region. I'm going to show you the density of the people around the world. So this maps the population density of the world, which was published last year. Okay, as you can see, these locations are heavily populated, and in 4 years' time, this will reach over 8.1 billion people. So, as you can see here, okay, the population of people has been increasing. Okay, this is the population density in Southeast Asia. Okay, I've captured this. There are also other images in other parts of the world. As you can see, it's very populated here. Okay, densely populated here, and so. And when this happens, when people populate or just being in a single place at the same time, okay, this density will actually, the air pollution will be worsened, and then it creates infrastructure that is inadequate and services and so on. Now, we were saying on the population density, and these cities, as you can see, the places that is dense only occupies 3% of Earth land. Okay, the other 97% is actually not really occupied by human. However, this 3% of Earth lands consumes 60 to 80% of energy consumption. So bear that in mind. Okay, more people, less ground, more energy consumption, and also the emission. Okay, 75% of carbon emission. That's why this SDG 11 is actually something to think about, because the impact of the city itself is so huge to the environment. Okay. So next is when we have people coming to the city, and we call it rapid urbanization, which is actually very, it's very high in the Asian and now African region. Okay. So there will be a growing number of slum, and we have infrastructure that is inadequate. It's not enough for the need. The rate of people coming in and doing things is not as fast as the infrastructure to support them. So services such as waste collection, water, sanitation, roads, transport, this is basically saying that it's traffic jam all over here. And then air pollution will be worsening with an unplanned urban sprawl. So this is something that to be think about by especially city planner. All right, so this is the graphical representation. Okay, half of the population of the world is living in this around two surface area. So half of the population is actually living in the whole of India, Indonesia, and is consuming this much of energy and emitting this much of carbon emission. And as you can see, when this type of population is at the city, people are vulnerable. Okay, they become vulnerable to climate change and natural disasters. So the meaning of vulnerable is actually they are the most affected. So when something hits us hard, such as the pandemic and so on, in the city where the 50% of population is there, the social, the economic is going to turn bad. So this comes with a challenge where we need to build urban resilience, okay, to avoid human, social, and economic losses. Okay, now, so we have that. Okay, we have in mind, okay, more people at a place, and then once something disastrous happen, then we need to do something. There need to be some backup plan. There need to be some planning, or maybe we could let it be. We could actually, take it on its course, but eventually, okay, this will affect every citizen. It's like a slow boil problem. I mean, it's there, you know it, and it's actually gradually getting, getting worse, getting, bad, and slowly, at moment, there will come a point that you realize that is a point that you might not, it'll be too late to actually to do something. So, this, the problem of rapid urbanization is actually can affect every citizen. And when there's so many people, and if it creates inequality, some people are happy, some people are not actually, happy with the life, it can lead to unrest. When people have this, unrest, feelings and emotion, and also it creates insecurities, and this will actually increase the crime rates. Okay, and also more people, less adequate facilities, it will deteriorate everyone health, and also when health is being compromised, it comes along with the productivity and economy. So these things, okay, and if we do not actually have something or we do not make our city resilient, okay, these natural disasters have potential to disrupt everyone's lifestyle. Next. So you see the icon is very sad, but we must think somehow something that can we do something about it. Okay, now these are the 3 steps that we can actually put down as a some sort of a guideline to check whether of this, what can actually we do as citizens, or maybe as administrators, or even your own family. Okay, now advocate what kind of city you believe you need. Now cities in the world are very specific to the geographical location, the social background, the history, and the community itself has its own sort of heritage and so on. So what kind of city you would like to have? Okay, I'm going to show you a few types of city, okay, so that you can actually have an idea or looks at, there's a lot of modern cities to look at, for example. So second, you can actually develop a vision for your building. For example, we would like to do this on my building. It's a place where we have sunlight, so probably solar power we can use to actually power up our building. Or your street. Oh, this street is so hot. I think we can plant trees to make it, more cooler and so on. And you can actually act on that vision. And this is where it comes. Okay, acting on that vision. So vision, we have talked earlier on. Okay, what would you imagine your city would like? And the better conditions you create in your community, the greater the effect of the quality of life. Now, this is very true, because sometimes people move into a community because the community is good. Okay, that's why there are areas that people likes to live in, because the infrastructure is good, the school is near, the buses are, the mobility, you have roads, you have trains, you have all these public facilities there. All right. Now, looking back, just take this back, make cities inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Now, in your city, are there enough jobs? Because jobs means you can put food on the table. Job means you can have a healthy body to work, and productivity, and also it will affect the economical and so on. Okay, is your neighborhood, the city is safe enough for you to walk safely? Can you walk with your family at night? Okay, because a safe community, a safe city it will flourish. It will flourish because people are not afraid to do things such as have more shops and so on. Okay, and also transportation. Okay, how is the public transport in your place? And then how about pollution? What's the air quality like? So just go outside your home or go to the city, start to breathe. Is it something, is the air quality that you breathe, are you happy with it? And also public spaces. Now this is interesting, because in a city, shared public space, because there are many spaces where there are high-rise buildings, and so shared public spaces are important. And I think during this pandemic, when you have the lockdowns, and people start looking around, is where can I actually go down and relax? because we've been locked up in our homes for such a long time. And these are the public spaces. And this is where like, oh, we do have this here. And you realize that there are important things such as public spaces for actually, for example, for mental health and so on. All right. Now, for this eco-utopian, some have ideas that are very technologically advanced. Okay, for example, a smart city. Now, how is a smart city an eco-utopian? And how does actually the services in a smart city contributes to something that is eco-friendly? Okay, so for example, if not mistaken, the #1 smart city in the world is actually Milan. Okay, now, for example, how does a smart city supports this ecologically friendly city? Probably it has alarms for disasters, okay, typhoon and so on, or it can actually regulate the energy, electric supply around the city. And also you might have systems for traffic jams and so on. So is that your opinion or your image of a eco-utopian city? Okay, or for example, you have these microgrids. Okay, this is a very technological approach because one of the issues on SDG is actually, or the issues in making city resilient is actually the amount of consumption, okay, from the utility, especially energy and the carbon emission. So this microgrid is actually going to, it's an example, it collects all the energy being, generated, okay, for example, from the natural gas, photovoltaic, okay. Why? Photovoltaic only functions during the day, so maybe you have backup gen at night, or thermal storage, energy storage somewhere. So this microgrid manager is actually the latest technology in actually to manage energy supply. Okay, we must understand that to be able to live economically, to do to actually continue with the lifestyle, we still need energy. But now the choice is actually to do it efficiently. So microgrid is actually something that being conducted by the energy efficiency, many energy efficiency programs, so that they can be distributed evenly throughout the city. Next, if you're like someone who thinks that an eco-utopian of a city is high-rise building with trees, for example, this is by the architect Stefano Boeri. Okay, and this is his projects of they call it vertical forests. Okay, so these trees, what they do is actually they cool the building, okay, and also filter the air and also regulate the H2O and O2 inside the building. So if this is your eco-utopian, and as you see the location here, there's not much green spaces, and this is one of the ideas of it. So many Western countries are taking this. Maybe you should think whether it is appropriate for countries that is hot and humid, okay? And as the saying says, it's a forest, it's living thing, so it comes with the natural habitats of animals too, okay? For example, insects and so on. All right. Or your idea of eco-utopian is actually living off the city. For example, this is an eco-village in Ithaca. It's in New York, USA. So the idea here is they build a township. Okay, as you can see, this is actually renewable energy on the on the roof panel here. So they have shared agriculture. So they share. Okay, they share agricultural activities together. They have a vegetable farm. So this is a self-sustained village. It is somehow maybe what we humans did before the era of modernization. So this is the choice they make. They go back to this type of lifestyle. Now, in order to check this, okay, imagine that's the part of imagine. So when you imagine things, you will have a point where you need to choose or from where you should start, because I understand you have a project afterwards. So maybe you want to choose a role as a student, okay, as a university student, and you can choose what element you are going to do. Okay, some will be do on building, okay, and as a student, maybe in the building you will have some programs, okay, to educate other your colleagues, or you do some experiments, okay. As a teacher, maybe the teacher will have some projects. Administrator, usually they have guidelines, okay, we'll do this, okay, no one is using the classroom on Saturday and Sunday because we are not going to produce CO2 emission anymore on that particular day. Or are you an urban planner? So you create your city. Okay, this is my city. We have lakes, we have sports facilities here. So these are the things that you might want to check before you do. And you know, as a urban planner, policymaker. So if you're a policymaker, what kind of things you want to put in? For example, okay, you may not use any polystyrene, for example, in your facility. And also another perspective is as a citizen, okay? So you are a part of community and you want it to be better. For example, you find that the river near your house is so polluted or it has a lot of trash. So what are you going to do about it? It's either from yourself and a group of people doing, maybe trash collection, or you wanted to do some gardening near the river so that it's beautiful, people won't throw trash away and so on. So these are things that you might want to consider when you do your project, okay? And when you want to imagine this is what I think of my sustainable city. So inside the sustainable city, building is number one because most of the activities are in the building. So we'll do your energy management there, for example. Maybe you would like to do automated, okay, if it's high-tech things, okay, automated lamp. Okay, when nobody's there, it will be turned off, or at night, automated, or you want to put solar roof on your building, or you want to have a reuse water usage where you have grey water to do cleaning and so on. And then for transportation, maybe you want to advocate on using bicycles on weekends, or there will be car-free day, okay, in certain times of the week and so on. Or somehow on health. Health is usually, cleaning things, make sure that you have a clean water supply and so on. Right, so these are the elements that we should be looking when you look for eco-utopia. Right, so in terms of what are the things, okay, water is...
Khadijah,
yes,
sorry
yes.
for interrupting. You only have 3 minutes left, yeah?
Okay.
Sorry.
Tak apa. So to look at this, okay, I'm saying that these are the things you look for example, water and trees, how the planting trees at the street will affect the island heat effect. Or maybe you want to look at renewable energy. This is a solar housing area in Germany. Okay, they have this and it produces 4 times energy than it needs. Or you can go to communities to do these things. For example, you do urban gardening, you cycle, you use public transport, and choose sustainable lifestyle. So whatever you choose, we are going forward. Okay, so I hope you do not choose to actually live like this and chill out and let it be, because we all are living in the same world, and then there's only one world, and this is what we have, and this is for you and our future generation. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Khadijah, for the very inspiring and interesting talk just now. So now I would like to call upon anyone who have any questions for Dr. Khadijah. You can raise your hand. Okay, Dr. Khadijah, can you please stop share your screen?
Yes. All right.
Yeah,
Sure.
okay, thank you.
Okay. There's a question in the chat box.
Yeah. There's a question. There's one question for Dr. Khadijah. So I'm going to read. It's from Toan from Phanica University, Vietnam. Hi, Toan. In your presentation, you've mentioned about public transportation and energy. And so I have a couple of questions I'd like to ask. So that's from Toan. What are your thoughts on electric vehicles? Is it really a sustainable solution to our current problems in cities related to commuting and traffic? So Dr. Khadijah, any comment on this?
Okay, thank you. Hi, Toan. So the thing with electric vehicle, it is actually not emitting CO2 directly from the vehicle. Okay, but when we see things, we need to actually look from the moment the raw material is being supplied to the factory until it is being removed, or the product is the waste is actually being removed from the cycle of the system. Now, for electric vehicle, in the sense of the emission of CO2 of that particular vehicle is low compared to the same type of vehicle. But in the long run, for example, the solar cells, the battery storage are using chemicals that sometimes cannot be actually cleaned from the environment. We are actually creating a chemical item, and when you want to remove it, this is actually the part where many of us didn't realize that we produce something so good and we can't really actually remove it from the environment. And this is what is happening with plastics and so on. So for electric vehicle, if the target is going to reduce your CO emission, yes. But is it going to have a circular, or is it going to not, will it contribute to waste management process afterwards? Yes. So this is the things that is very intricately very complicated to do, because some of the things are good in one part, another. So in a way, if cities use, for example, if everyone use electric car, but they are driving alone, or you have an electric bus. So an electric bus is a better option for its low CO2, and it functions as a carrier for many people rather than one, and it solves traffic problem. Then that could be a solution for that particular issues in that particular city. And if it's a public transport on solar, on a day that nobody uses them, and it would not be a solution, because on a day that nobody uses, it's actually more damaging than the day that is actually fully functional. So these are things that you need, you need some study, you need some observation, and probably that's the way technology comes in. Whether you need it now, you need it at maximum, or you don't need it at all. Okay, that helps you, Tuan?
Yes, thank you for your answer. That was very inciting. The reason I asked this question is that in Hanoi is where I live. People talk about transportation, and they think that maybe we just get rid of all the vehicles that we have right now and replace it with electric vehicle, and then somehow the problem will go away. And I think that this kind of it's not enough. I feel so. So like that's why I wanted to ask you this. Thank you for your answer.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Tuan. Did I pronounce your name right?
It was perfect. Don't worry.
All right. Okay. All right. Any other question? Or maybe I have one question for you, Dr. Khadijah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that to translate this idea of eco-utopia city into reality, we need to have some kind of environmental policies, be it in smaller community like university or up to a larger one like country, and how effective that environmental policies can be.
I think policies and top-down directive is important to set the ground. It sets the ground that people do. There are people that actually out of nowhere they are doing it. I don't know. No, it's just the environment or the community is like that. For example, it's very simple. People are doing it, and you don't exactly understand why, and you just follow them around. I mean, it's a good thing, and you just without any argument also, you just follow. I make an example. I live in Japan for 11 years, not knowing that the rules are there because of the environmental things, okay, or the laws and everything. But it's just the way they do it, is the behavior like that, and then you just follow them, and it becomes some sort of a habit too. So to start off, some sort of measures from the top down, such as policies, you must do this because it keeps things in check. But the other outcome, there's another outcome. When the boss is not there, no one's looking, people start doing it. So that are the things. But I think in time, it's not a very fast. It's a slow process. Behavior change is a slow process. So one of it is putting policies so that people are aware that this is actually not good. We should do like this and so on. And another thing is actually it changes some behavior throughout the generation and so on. So to have an awareness, conscious doing this, and I think those who are in the environmentally friendly people, they have this like urge of, oh dear, I cannot do this. But some does not have that. So this where the policies comes in. Oh, we cannot do this. I don't know why, but it's not allowed, something like that. But along the way, at least in 5 or 10 years time, it becomes habit, and it's just something that all people do it. So yes, we need something to actually set the things in order so that the rest will follow. Okay.
Yeah. I agree with that also. So okay, I think I'm going to invite Group 1, the representative from Group 1, to ask maybe one questions to Dr. Khadijah. Can I have Group 1?
Okay, hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello, can you hear my voice? Is my voice audible?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so my name is Fauzia Murfit. I'm from Group 1 from ITS. I just want to ask a little bit about the point of view or the perspective that I just have said before. I just want to know like the perspective of people. It is in general, or it's like in have some specific target. For example, maybe in just in one area that have a lot of underprivileged people, or just the point of view in the exclusive place is, or just in general instead of a lot of people. Thank you. Maybe from my group, is there any question more? You can ask more. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Foolish Eldinar Murfit. Yes, that's true. Because surprisingly, although you live in the same area, you have the distinctive behavior of a specific group is quite obvious. Okay, so for example, you live in one part of the city, even in different, you can see, oh, this row or this township, people likes to plant gardens, and in other place they do differently, even in the same city. So that is the behavior of a specific area. And for example, we did this with data actually. There are specific people who do recycling. And when we do recycling at that area, we will get a lot of things. But there's another area, they are not interested in doing recycling. But when we ask them to do tree planting, there's no problem with that. So these are the things that they have in the behavior there. So sometimes we see this a lot. So when you do project and you have a specific area, you have to actually, before you come and suggest them, oh, this is what you need to do, please do come and observe first. See how these people react to things, how they do things, and whether what they are doing is, maybe you feel that this is not really the right way to do, and they feel that maybe they need to improve in that particular activity, and that's where we can actually go in and advocate them. So these are the things that when you do projects with the communities, first you need to listen and observe, and then you go through, because each specific community has its own they have niche, they have this special intriguing things that they like to do, and their reaction to things are very different from what you know. So you might be surprised even in the same Surabaya town as yours.
All right, is that satisfy you?
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. And then can I have group 2 with the questions for Dr. Khadijah? Group 2 and group 3 maybe? Yeah, okay. Nisa?
Thank you so much. I'm Hairunisa from Universitas Airlangga. I have a question regarding plastic material things. As we know that today's people tend to change their plastic material things to some things that more eco-friendly, like eco bags or metal straws. But in fact, actually, these eco-material things, like metal straws or eco bags, are not that eco-friendly, because in fact they leave more carbon prints than the plastic material things. This phenomena makes me conclude that we actually need more wider focus. Like we don't get to only focus on changing the plastic material to another material that look like more eco-friendly, but we get more focus on how it affect our environment. So it makes me it's kind of ironic, because we want to make the environment more sustainable, but in fact we only make the earth more damaged. So I have a question: how actually to solve these plastic issues, but not only changing those plastic material things, but really solving the issues in any aspects, like not only focusing on changing the material. And also, I would like to know your perspective about this phenomena. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Hairunisa. That's very interesting. All right, plastic. Now, first of all, plastic is actually a very good thing at first. It became a problem when we do not know how to actually use it efficiently. So, for example, if you have a plastic bottle, it's not that bad, because you are going to use it 200 times, 300 times, maybe 2 years or 3 years. It won't, it serves you for, 2-3 years at least. The problem comes with this, low cost plastic. And this is because it's so cheap, you kind of disregard it, you use it for 2 seconds and off you go. Now, the way to do this, because we must remember, having a sustainability doesn't mean that everything is eco-friendly. There's a social things also. And if you look, the person that actually uses the plastic to make a living are the one that are economically not be able to buy, material that is actually, maybe for example, they are compostable, but they're expensive. The compostable plastics are 10 or 20 times expensive from plastic. So now, if we do not buy from them, okay, economically they will be suffering. They don't have customers and so on. But what we can do is actually we bring our own plastic, they will not going to have any money going out from them, because you are bringing your own bag. Okay, bring your own bag, BYOB, and that's one way. That is for the direct solution for this. Okay, what we can do directly. Okay, bring your own bags. If you do not need straw, then don't use straw. If there's a cup, you bring them around, use them 2, 3 times, 10 times, and don't throw, and make sure they are recycled. Now, second is from the manufacturer's point of view. This plastic maker, the low-cost plastic maker, purposely makes very low-quality plastic for it to be disposable. Now, if there is a scheme, okay, to make sure that all plastics can be used over and over again, then it will be a better solution. And this is actually a debate or a systematic thing between there's two plastic manufacturer. One is the one that is using virgin plastic from the petroleum output and so on. The other plastic industry is called the plastic recycle industry. Okay, so the component of the the virgin material is so bad, you cannot actually reuse them. And that is the practice now. So if, okay, this is come from the administration perspective, if the companies, the manufacturers agreed to do this kind of circular economy, whereas nothing is being wasted, then that should reduce the effect on the environmental in the part of, waste management problem. And at the same time, it helps the, it helps economically with those that have a, financially not so good for start off a business. That we must understand first. If they have a choice not to use plastic, I believe they won't use it, but they don't really have a choice. It's just as when you go to the store, can you choose not to buy this thing because it has plastics now? You do not have that kind of choice now. We do not have that kind. So this is a very systemic problem, and what we can best do is actually advocate. For example, if you're into business, you might want to start a zero waste shop. People can bring their own container to buy soap. Okay, I'm not sure, 20, 30 years ago, people do come to stores and buy things, bring their own container. You can buy sugar, and then the person in the store will actually, weigh them for you. But now they don't have. So that kind of economic behavior or packaging industry is actually growth. And for information, the plastic society is actually expecting growth plastic, and I don't now that they need some higher level push to actually reduce this kind of cycle. But we as a consumer can choose not to use them, or buy a good plastic that you can use over and over again, and this actually helps a lot. Does that answer your question? I'm sorry, it's so sad. Plastic is so sad. Anything else is it? Does it?
Is that okay?
Yes, it's
All
okay.
right.
Okay.
Again, your perspectives.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Khadijah. We're going to take another one question, maybe from the third group. One more question. Group number 3. No question?
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm from group number 3.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, Madam Khadijah and Madam Sarah. Okay, maybe I will start my premise first. When I'm thinking about the eco-utopia city, maybe in the future technology is intensely developed. Maybe they will send a person to the Mars, or maybe there will be a beach reclamation everywhere, or maybe there are climate control technology. My question is about what is more efficient, making an utopia from the least dense population or least regulated or even uninhabitable one, or making an utopia from a city that already exists? Thank you.
Okay, that's a good question actually. Now, in SDG, we are at a challenge between developing locations, new. We're not going. They're not going. This is between the builder society and so on. They're not going. Are they going to find new location? If Earth is not enough, they're going to find Earth 2. If Earth 2 is not there, they're going to find another place and make it livable. So that are choices. I think it's choices, and in the near time, probably you are right. Maybe we have technological advances. Maybe we'll have a better solution from now. And scientists are projecting things, and as far as this past 30 years has the projection, for example, the GHG and the sea level rise and the global warming does not actually run very far from the projection. So although they have some actions conducted this past 10 since Rio 92, the effect is still there, but it's not the maximum effect. Okay, you can read the IPCC reports, the climate change report, and see that the water rise is actually happening. I think in the report also, Jakarta is actually the level of water rising is evidence, especially now because our cities are based on, traditional cities are based on the water areas, and it is especially true. Any old cities or any cities that is at least there must be water, a river or sea, and that's the problem now. So regarding this eco-utopia, probably you have technology, but technology it comes in two ways. One is preventive. Okay, one is meditation. So preventive, maybe we can stop it. Meditation is usually something is there, you just want to actually less worsen the effect. Okay, so when you are saying eco-utopia, how many years you are looking at? Because for me, maybe I have only another 20 to 30 years to actually see this around. For you, maybe another 40 to 50 years. So in 100 years time, without doing nothing, what will be the expectation of the outcome? Because humans are not going to stay put doing the same thing all over again. It is normal to find a way. You want to improve your lifestyle, and this lifestyle is actually have some eco effect and so on. So the Western countries are actually putting in numbers of things, and at the same time we have to move forward because we don't want to be left behind economically. So in this part, the UN is actually looking at it. They're not regulating because it's voluntary. So I hope that it's something that we can look forward to, and some actionable item. Sometimes it does not need to be very highly technological. It's just a behavior problem that can actually be implemented. As simple as one time in Malaysia, they don't wear, not in Malaysia, at one time, people don't wear seatbelts. And the crash rate, accidents due to collision is very high. So what they did is actually implementing everybody must wear seatbelts, and the problem just goes down immediately, efficiently. So those are the things that, sometimes we need some hard actions to do so. And some will need some technology, because I don't think wearing a seatbelt is a very high-tech thing. High-tech thing will be maybe you have a sensor for bumper, because before collision, you can stop your car. That's very high-tech. But basically, it's actually putting a strap around your body to make yourself safer from harmful injuries. Is that helping you?
Yes,
it's a very difficult question to answer actually, but at this moment, at this point, please think about another at least 40 years, and from the past evidence and history, I think we can actually know which of the human behavior is actually promoting the climate change and so on. Okay,
All right. Okay. Thank you for your questions.
Yes.
I'm afraid that we have to move to the next session. And there is one question in the chat box. Dr. Khadijah can have a look at it and maybe can answer in the chat box.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Okay, so we will take a 10 minutes interim break, everyone. And after that, we will come back with the second lecture.
Thank you, Sarah.
Welcome.
Take it real soon. You know we got what you need, baby. So take it, move along. I said we got what you need, honey. Come and groove along. Come on. Rolling on the highway, beating up. Wow. Come on.
Anyone using chopstick?
Yes, you can use your cup.
Yes.
I don't mind if you want to use your cup.
So now we have come to our second lecture, which will be given by our second speaker, Associate Professor Dr. I.R. Bambang Thiomardiono from Institute Teknologi 10 November ITS. Some information on Dr. Bambang. Graduated with bachelor degree from Institute Teknologi 10 November ITS Indonesia, and he then pursued his master degree and doctoral degree from Germany. He also published in many reputable journals and also published books such as Smart City, Concept, Model and Technology, and also attended many conferences. So I welcome you, Dr. Bambang, and he will be presenting his talk on the role of sustainable streetscape as assets of a city. Please welcome Dr. Bambang.
So thank you very much, Ibu Sarah. Before I would presentation, I would like to introduce a video movie, a video movie called The Color of Indonesia. This video is produced by me, and then I have made it as a single and also available in Spotify, and I sing this song. So thank you very much for listening about how beautiful Indonesia is. So enjoy yourself.
Okay, I will start.
I wrote the lyrics also.
Oh, that's nice.
But it's a pity that this is Indonesia, yeah. It's okay.
Seling ombak nan menderu, menyentuh pagi yang indah, membuat suasana cerah. Cakrawala di sana, garis merah cipta nuansa, hijau kanan asri, menyapa sang pertiwi. Semua mahakarya sang pencipta tumbuh di persada Nusantara, genggam erat bermata bangsa dalam warna alam Indonesia. suasana cerah. Cakrawala di sana, garis merah cipta nuansa. Hijau hutan nan asri menyapa sang pertiwi. Padu warna-warni menggelora, menghiasi ruang alam raya. Anugerah dan karunia-Nya, pesona nan indah tiada tara, semua mahakarya. Sang pencipta tumbuh di persada Nusantara, genggam erat bermata bangsa dalam warna alam Indonesia. Padu warna-warni menggelora, menghiasi ruang alam raya. Anugerah dan karunia-Nya, pesona nan indah tiada tara, semua mahakarya. Sang pencipta tumbuh di persada Nusantara, genggam erat bermata bangsa dalam warna alam, dalam warna alam Indonesia.
Wow.
Oh.
Mama, it's very cheerful. Very nice.
Thank you.
Have a good
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Maybe Dr. Bambang wanna explain on the song? About the song? Yeah.
The songs tells about that we should thanks to God because they make Indonesian so colorful with the color of nature, blue, green, and then red. So we should thanks to God that we have so beautiful nature of Indonesia. This is the goals of the songs, and you can find it on Spotify.com. Okay, may I share my presentation? This is my presentations about.
Yes, please, Dr. Bambang. Yeah.
So thank you very much for having me. That this is a pleasure indeed, to make some presentation about the role of sustainable streetscape as assets of city. Dr. Khadijah have also beginning with what is the sustainable, what is sustainability, and so on and so on. And I would like to describe about the one of the elements, one of the assets in a city that called streetscape. Streetscape is not just street, so we can find different countries, so street in the different countries. And then I would like to tell about sustainable urban design and sustainable streetscape as well, and then case study and conclusion. This is the street in Madrid, Spain. I have taken in 2030, I think. And then this is the street in Groningen in Holland. Next, the street in Semarang, Indonesia. So keep it. And then this is also in Semarang. In Surabaya, Indonesia. In Surabaya, Indonesia, that's called Tunjungan. This is in Florence, Italy. So last year I was there. This is also in Rome in 2019. I was there. This is also Rome. This is in Florence. In Florence. Also in Florence. In Bukit Bintang, Kuala Lumpur. This is also in Bukit Bintang. Putrajaya. Jakarta. Singapore. So I have been in many countries, and I took the picture of street. But streetscape is not just the street. The definition of streetscape is more than just a street. So I would like to begin with what is sustainable urban design. Sustainable urban design seems to become a leading paradigm of sustainable city throughout the world. So, and streetscape is one of the aspects which have to be designed sustainable in order to pursue sustainable urban design. So the streetscape is one of the elements in forming the sustainable urban design. A framework of the design requirements should be formulated, and finally, the sketch model of the corridor will be developed by community, also including community participation. So I think there is some connection between the sustainability and community participation, such as in a SDG number 11. So this is the what called Streetscapes by Rihan in 2013. I mean, so streetscape is from building to building. It's not just a street, but also the sidewalks, and then a boulevard side, a bicycle lane, motor lane, and then a cafe, and then a boulevard cafe. What else? Yeah, paving and street furniture, and so on and so on. So streetscape can be defined as a view of a scene of a street that's composed with the visual elements of a street, including the road, buildings, sidewalks, street furniture, trees, and open spaces that are combined to form the street's character. So that's why streetscape design should maintain the human well-being by providing the comfortable street for walking and meeting point in which social interaction can take place as a basis and forming activities, as well as keeping economic vitality and reducing nature consumption. So there is so many goals of a sustainable streetscape. So streetscape should be designed to consider limited nature resources usage and has to consider public health by means of providing facilities which will encourage people to take a walk on the streets, as well as creating other recreational activities within the community. Streetscape design also have a purpose as a multimodal right of way, design and operate to create benefits relating to movement, ecology, and a community that all together support the sustainability agenda. So in addition, sustainable urban street promotes more livable communities. This is also I have taken from the function or set elements. So the elements of streetscape, so I have already mentioned about sidewalks, and then planting trees, vegetation, bench, fence, street, and so on, street furniture, I mean. First, to provide the safety and comfort of pedestrians, yeah, and also bicyclists, to create amenities and attractions to the streetscape, to enhance the street and areas identity, to make the traffic calm, and encouraging pedestrian and bicycle use, and gathering areas equipped by street amenities, and also to cool the ambience. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 functions of the streetscape elements. Yeah, safety, amenities, identity, calm traffic, gathering areas, and cool the ambience. So why is the local residents is very important in sustainable streetscape? Because the sustainable development need a local economic development to support community life by utilizing their talent and the resources. So the planning will be based on community participation. So they should involve the local residents and other uses. This is not just jargon, but in Surabaya, it is real. The mayor has also invited all of the stakeholders in the city to discuss about how is the streetscape in Surabaya looks like, and so on. Also, Sorkates mentions about the activity of community participation. So the built and natural environment works better when citizens are active and involved, because the citizens know better than the others. Yeah. So the community participation are very important in developing the concepts of effective urban designs. So the community and users are the important clients and beneficiaries of quality urban design, which is based on understanding of local knowledge, values, and needs. So the community participation allows people to influence as a part of the urban design decision-making process. So I think the today's urban designs concentrated in a man, in human, in his aspiration. So there is no doubt that today's we should involve the community in making decision or in making a process. My study is in Tunjungan corridor. It is a well-known, it is very well-known corridor in Surabaya and one of the cultural heritage of Surabaya. So in recent years, it experienced a tremendous decadence, visual appearance, and also atmosphere. So I have the study about it, and the study aims to formulate the frameworks and also a model with sustainable cityscape approach, not only solving the physical, but also the non-physical ones. So when you studied about conservation, so the Siola, or this is kind of it's about handles, yeah, it's about toko, yeah, it's a store, and store is a big store that have problems in physical and also non-physical. So as a popular shopping area in Old City Surabaya, and then as a center of commercial, still well known until today, and dominated with the colonial style. So this area have also been as a conservation area by the government. This is the building, yeah. So in the 70s or 80s, as the economic sector increased, building development in Tunjungan also changes. They applied new popular cladding material and construction just to cover the existing facade. So in recent years, the cityscape of the corridor experienced just a serious decadence. The diminishing value of the streetscape could be identified visually from the untidiness of the environment. So for instance, partly and whole covered facades of the building. So we cannot see the original, but just the facade, the new facade, the announcements. So which express aesthetical problems and hiding the historical and scientific value. This is analysis of the corridor in a step by step, and I think in a part. It's a pity that's in Indonesia, but I've made analysis about how is the sidewalks, how is the street corner. I mean, how is the trees, how is the planters, how is the lighting, how is the trash spectacles, how is the fences all about, how is the signage looks like, how is the medians looks like, and how is the bus shelter, the curbs, and also bicycle facilities as well, and also public arts and cafe sources. It is a pity that, and also crossing, that all of the elements in this corridor have decreases because the government maybe had no attention of this corridor. So this is an analysis. This is elements here from sidewalks to trash receptacles, from signage to bicycle, and then this is the criteria. There is 3 different criteria, namely ecological criteria, and then social and also economical criteria as well. So I would like to separate 3 different kind of criteria, and each of aspects and will be implemented in a concept. This is the potencies. As you know that there is so many different kind of buildings, heritage buildings, that have not yet developed, and either we cannot find the owner of the building, even the government. So the building is undeveloped, the building is untidiness, the building is undeveloped. Yeah. So this is many the buildings with the covering of And then this is the redesign. What I would like to make a concept. So the concept, we should make a local pattern and materials that give comfort and attractiveness as well as space for pedestrian and the development of street corner. So the people should easily walk in the sidewalks and also enjoy the environment of, I would like to say this is the beauty of the corridor. And then next, this is a kind of, Enciola. Enciola is the popular, shopping area, should be redesigned and also should be reused for another. So this, my study is about, I think 6 or 5 years ago. It is long years ago, and I would like to say, I would like to show you what is the today's development. Yeah. So I have some lighting there, because lighting is one of the formula to create sustainable, to create economical, and to create a social streetscape. So people would feel comfortable, would feel aman, safety, and so on. Next is about the, what else? So I don't have any idea. This is from above. Yeah, we should make this corridor full with vegetation. So it should be a corridor with ecological aspect, or a corridor that support an ecological aspect. So this is the conclusion. The first role, the role of sustainable streetscape of Tunjungan Corridor are the redesign of sidewalks, which give comfort and attractiveness as well as space for pedestrian. So I've wondered, because my study is about 5 years ago to 6 years ago, but this is the new development of Tunjungan Corridor. So I think the people, the government has also thinking about the same as I, as a researcher. And I think this is the better one. And Ibu Risma, the previous mayor of Surabaya, have invited also the stakeholders to discuss how is the better solution for this corridor. So I would like to show you all of the pictures of the today's development. So I have how many times left for me, Ibu?
Bambang, I think you have a few minutes more, yeah?
3 minutes more. Okay, it's okay. Yeah. So, and then the equal and balanced distribution of landscape strips and trees, as well as more distributed planters, trees, and lighting. Lighting is one of the formula. With interesting and innovative design could enhance the quality of social, economical, and also ecological aspect as well. This is the lighting in the night. So the night architecture is very important in building the sustainable streetscape. This is also in Surabaya, yeah, the innovative designs of pavement and so on. So in the night, you saw there is some lightings, and also what else? Yeah, interesting area for selfie, yeah, for making a photo and so on. So you can see, and maybe this is on Saturday, on Saturday night, or in Sunday night. So the people have walking inside, and then make a photo, just fun, and there is a connection between the social, and so on. It's just a very interesting how this cityscape today's. And the role number 3, the design of comfortable bus, shelter, curbs, bicycle facilities, as well as bicycle lane and median with sustainable material and innovative public arts could improve the quality of the streetscape. And fences also to protect the building and pedestrian as well to design of signage and making harmony with surrounding. So this is the last picture. So you can see that now the building, the shopping area will be changed, reused into a public malls, public services malls, and also the street changes into a sustainable streetscape. And this is my quotes of the day. Streetscape is more than just a street, but it is an asset of city. So I think thank you very much for the attention, and I'm looking forward to having your questions and a discussion. So thank you very much, Ibu Moderator.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Bambang. It's very inspiring. Okay, now I will open for questions. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay, there's one question for Dr. Bambang.
Yeah.
Okay. It is from Prananda Navitas. The question is, I was wondering how your redesign idea accommodates the duality, formal or informal, which characterizes our urban landscape.
Would you mind?
Prananda is wondering how your redesign ideas can accommodate the duality which characterizes the urban landscape.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Pak Prananda. It's just a good question. The streetscape, the function of streetscape is just not just for the formal aspect, but also informal aspect. I think the city should accommodate both of these aspects, and I'm very agree with that. So informal aspect could be for instance, could be sell somewhat in open spaces there. For instance, I think now there is some open public atau public space that can accommodate all of the informal sectors. And secondly, maybe Pak Prananda also know that maybe once in 1 month or 2 months in an offline in a normal, there is some program that initiated by the Ibu Risma, our previous major, that calls Pasar Rakyat. What is Pasar Rakyat in English? Pasar Rakyat, and they close the street and let the informal sectors sell all the things in the street in the whole night. So this is Pak Prananda. So I think this is my question, my answer. It's okay, or it's not satisfy you?
No. I think that's a very valid answer. Thank you very much, Pak Bambang.
Thank you, Pak,
thank you
for the question. Yeah. All right. I think I'm going to call Group 4 to ask a question from your side. Can I have Group 4?
Yes. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam.
Yes, Doctor, I have a question about the historical cities.
Yeah.
Is there any way or any procedure to change those routes to a sustainable routes or something like that?
Would you mind? Once more time?
I mean, like in the historical cities, we have like narrow streetscapes. Are we able to change those streetscapes to a sustainable ones?
Yeah. I think we can change the road to a sustainable ones. How to change is, so the streetscape should contain 3 different kind of aspects. They should representing the ecological aspect, economical aspect, and also social aspect. So the street should be safe. The street should be comfortable. The street should be full of vegetation, and also the street should accommodate the people to be in a make some how are you, fine, thank you, and so on. So I think it is most possible. It is possible. Yeah, it satisfy you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you, Abdurrahman from Group 4. Now, can I have Group 5?
Yes,
Group 5,
hi.
yeah. Okay. May I know which?
I am asking the question.
Yeah.
Okay, hi and a very good evening. So, based on your explanation on the applications on sustainable streetscape in sustainable cities just now, can we assume that by applying sustainable streetscape, which covers the architectural, environmental, social, and economical aspects, will it help to achieve sustainable urban design processes and thus reach sustainable city goals?
Yeah. I do agree, because the sustainable city is successfully when the element of the city is sustainable. It's okay. So streetscape is one of the elements of city, one of the elements of sustainable city. So when there is so many elements that's sustainable, so causing a sustainable city. So there is no sustainable city without sustainable elements. So when you know a city consists of 3 elements: working, living, and pleasure or leisure. So streetscape is such of a leisure aspect. So when when we have a sustainable working aspect, when we have sustainable living aspect, and then also we have sustainable leisure aspect, and then the whole form a sustainable city. So I think I'm agree with your questions. Totally agree. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Alia.
Okay,
Alia, you are
thank
from
you.
group? Which group? Are you
I'm from Group 5.
Group 5.
Okay, thank you, Group 5.
Okay, thank you, Group 5. And one more question from Group 6, maybe.
There is also that raise the hand, Bapak Haratua.
Oh yeah. Really?
Ribuan. Yeah.
Okay. Go on, Bapak Pansel.
Okay, thank you, Madam Sarah. Thank you, Pak Bambang. Good afternoon, everyone. In some city, in streets of the city are so close to wait a minute. Sorry, there is a problem in here. I need to ask, but in some city, the street of the city are so close to the surrounding building in there, so no room for the concept of streetscape. What the solution for that? Thank you, Pak Bambang.
Oh yeah. maybe I would like to show you my previous pictures about here. I think in Italy, maybe in Italy or in. So I think here. So the building is very close to another. So I'm sorry. There is no problem. I think we could develop the streetscape even in a small or in a in a here it's okay. Look at this, yeah, at this picture. So this is the building is close to another, but we could develop as a lighting and then vegetables vegetations. I mean, greenery. So yeah, this is kind of they make efforts to enhance the quality of the ecological aspects, also the economical aspect, and so on. So they make with the material that has what is kind of material. I mean, the appropriate material, yeah, the ecological material, and so on. This is kind of a. I would like to answer your questions with these kind of pictures, with kind of examples. Is this okay?
Panser, is it
okay?
Yes, but I need to ask one question more.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe can in some time we awkward from the traffic. Is it okay for the traffic safety when many people in the streetscape?
Okay. Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah. This is examples that in Rome, that in Rome, the people can walk into the people, and also bicycles, and also motorcycle, and so on. But they should in a appropriate speed. Yeah. So we can, but in Indonesia it is very hard to keep that. I agree with you that it is hard, but I think we should have a solutions how to maintain or how to develop in lorong jalan yang kecil in a small. This is and Kuala Lumpur, there's no problem, but I think I'm agree with you. It is it should be designed with carefully, designed with carefully. But a streetscape is just a street. It's not just a street. They can the people can passing away. The people can do the things normally like a street. But I think this is a problem, yeah. But design can solve the problem. I think design can solve the problem.
Okay, Pak Panser.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So we need another major traffic when many transportation need to hurry up, like ambulance or fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But now there is so many types of brand ya, alat pemadam kebakaran ini bahasa. So it is also suitable for the small gang, for the small street. Yeah. So thank you very much, Pak Panser.
Thank you very much, Answer, for the question. And maybe Dr. Siti can check on the chat box. There's one question from Pak Panser also.
Okay.
For for Dr. Khadijah. All right. I guess that's all for the second lecture by Dr. Bambang Soemardiono. Thank you very much, Pak.
So thank you very much.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love the song too.
Thank you also for Ibu Khadijah for the questions. I agree with you. Thank you very much, Bu Sarah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we're going to move to the next session, which is the Certificate of Appreciation Award Ceremony. So I would like to invite the Associate Professor Dr. Tengku Salha Tunku Ahmad. Assalamualaikum, Dr. Tengku Salha. How are you?
Waalaikumsalam, Dr. Sarah. Alhamdulillah, I'm good.
So Dr. Tengku is our Director of Center for International Engagement in UNIMED. So Dr. Tengku will be presenting the Certificate of Appreciation to both of the speakers. Okay, first is Dr. Insinyur Bambang Soemardiono.
Thank you very much, Pak Bambang. We really enjoy your talk, and you are such a very talented guy. You can sing, you can write lyrics, you can teach.
Thank you.
That's very good
Thank you
of
very
you.
much.
Yeah, so thank you for supporting our program, Pak Bambang.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, Certificate of Appreciation also goes to Associate Professor Technologies Dr. Siti Khadijah Zakbar.
Thank you very much, Associate Professor Dr. Siti Khadijah, for your support to this program and for the insightful explanation and sharing of information and knowledge with us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Salha, for the invitation and for the opportunity to actually share the inspiring or the passion I have with sustainability. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome.
Right, thank you so much, Dr. Tengku Salha.
Most welcome.
Yeah. Okay, for the next session, I'm going to pass to Dr. Arthur. Okay, Dr. Arthur, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Sarah, the moderator for today's meeting. I think we have a long meeting today, so I'm gonna keep it very short. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us until the marathon of a virtual meeting, right? So anyway, for those, as per Dr. Sarah has mentioned at the early stage of today's meeting, this whole event is a series of virtual mobility program whereby we are allowing the students to voice out their vision. How would they contribute or propose to actually improve this world in the sense of answering the questions or to the indicators under the SDG SDG 11. So if I may ask my colleague to share the screen for a while very quickly. All right, once again, we have 6 student groups. For those who do not know, we have 6 student groups who are going to present in this series of the virtual mobility programs Teens Idea 2021 this year around. As you can see, next week, we are actually having 3 groups presentation, consists of group number 1, members from Alif, Jordan, Monjuara, and Kulish. And then we have second group number 2. We have Aulia, Zerong, Kalim, and Karunisa. And group 3, we have Balkis, Bibi, Inda, and Juan Huang. So these 3 groups will be presenting in the next meeting, which is 2 weeks from now, based on the problem statement they are going to choose later. But let me just take this opportunity to introduce group 4, 5, 6 as well. So group 4, we have Dia Zafar from ITS. We have Abdul Rahman, you heard it from him just now. And then we have Fatima and Intan. Group number 5, we have Dewey, Liana, Noalia, and Adam Daniel. Group number 6, we have Pak Benser just now, Noro Afifa, Pak Naseh, as well as Siti Nor Indah. So this this 4, 5, 6 group will be presenting in our meeting 4, 5, 6 later. So the spotlight will be on the group 1, 2, 3, whereby they are going to present their proposal on the problem statement they have selected on in coming weeks. So what are the questions that you might ask? So in the next slide, because the theme for meeting 1, 2, 3 is the Gen Z's voice and vision for the inclusive and sustainable urban utopia, we pose 3 questions or 3 problem statements to the students. The first question is, what solution could the group or the students develop for the sustainable urban management in conjunction with the increasing population growth? We know for sure the population growth worldwide is a worldwide phenomenon where it is inevitable. So how do we actually ensure the urban development is actually sustainable at the same time to be able to communicate, to cope with the ever increasing population growth? Are we going to sacrifice something? Are we going to make it the best place to live for everyone, despite that the population is growing? So the students, if they were to choose these questions, they will have to answer to this question with their proposal. So how about the second question? The second question is, what kind of solution can they propose for the development of inclusive cities for everyone, especially the underprivileged? Because we know the cities, the right to stay or the right to have a home, to stay in the cities, the developed cities especially, is not only preserved or not only privileged for those who are rich, those who are well educated, those who have everything in this world. So we have to actually protect and help those who are underprivileged, those who do not have high education level, those who are not doing well, those who are not doing well, those are making days ends. So the development of this city should not ignore this group of people, and hence it should be inclusive cities. So how about those who have handicapped, those who are, they are unable to have a certain ability as a normal person, but they are sure that they would like to have normal life as in anyone as well. So what kind of the population, or what kind of the solution can the students propose if they were to choose question number 2? The last but not least is the solution that the students might be able to suggest in actually connecting or bridging the gap between urban development and cultural heritage protection. We all need modern urban development. We all need modern smart cities. But are we going to sacrifice the cultural heritage? Are we going to ignore our heritage that is given by our foremothers? Are we going to ignore that just because we want to develop our cities, just to make our life easier through modernization of the cities? Can they both exist? If yes, how do they make sure that both of them are actually done concurrently? So reducing the gaps, bridging the gaps between them is, of course, the utmost importance for the urban development in any part of the countries. So regardless of which questions they will be choosing, they will be standing on the point of view of their own, as a person, as a student, as a societal members, as a nation, as a region, and last but not least, and more importantly, as a global citizen. So now that you have heard about the problem statements, now we are going to invite group 1, 2, 3 to actually voice out and choose which problem statement they would like to do for their next presentation. Mind you, you do not need to choose anyone. You can choose more than one questions, but the solution that you are going to pose will have to answer to all of these questions that you have chosen. And we do not set any limitation as in which question you should answer. If you are group 1, you want to go for group 3, you want to go for question number 3, and group 2 would like to go for question number 3, there is no issue about that as well. So I believe through the inspiring lectures that Pak Bang and Associate Professor Dr. Siti Khatijah has given just now, I'm sure that the group 1, 2, 3 are ready to choose their problem statement for their presentation. Now, may I call upon group number 1? Group number 1, is there any representative? If there's one, please do raise your hand so that I can know you are here. Anyone? All right, group 1. Are you ready to choose? All right, if group 1 is not ready, we will ask for group 2. Group 2, any representative here? Let's see. Okay.
We have our members here, but we haven't choose yet.
I
We're
see.
gonna choose it and we're gonna let you know.
Right. All right, sure. But we have to choose. You guys have to choose it by today. All right. How about group number 3?
Yeah, sure.
All right, sure. Thank you so much. How about group number 3? All right, group number 3. Any representative? Yes, Balkis. Yes.
Yeah, actually the same with group number 1 and 2.
Right.
The group representative is here, but we still did not decide but which question we will to present.
All right, sure then. So if that's the case, let's be fair. Thank you so much, Balkis, for your feedback. So if that's the case, let's be fair. So we will allow the student group number 1, number 2, and number 3 to come back to us through the WhatsApp group that you are already in, the Presenter Teens Idea 2021 group. And you are needed to come back to us within 1 hour time after this meeting has ended. All right, within 1 hour time after this meeting is ended. All right. So those who have not chosen any theme or any problem statement in the WhatsApp group, we shall assign the problem statement for your respective group. All right. So the time now over here in Malaysia is 6:48 p.m. So I think we are going to finish it very soon, around 7 o'clock. So you will have to give feedback by 8 o'clock GMT plus 8 or 7 o'clock GMT plus 7. All right. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for the feedback. So I think that's all from my part. So we shall go for the next. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So the next part is, of course, explaining how do we actually evaluate you. Yeah. For group number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as well, we shall be evaluating you through your thorough idea exploration, the quality of your proposed solution, your teamwork shown by your groups, your presentation skill and presentation media that you are going to showcase it on the meeting 2 and meeting 3. And of course, your ability or skill to answer the questions by the evaluators or the reviewer in meeting 2 and the audience in meeting 3. And last but not least, your improvement in the second idea pitching in number 3 after you have received all the comments in meeting 2. So these are the evaluation criteria that we are going to judge on you. So please take this into consideration when you are getting ready for your presentation. All right. I believe there's no questions. We have briefed them through this one. So next, I think I can just pass back to the moderator for the next session. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, Dr. Arthur, for the briefing. Okay. We shall move to the next agenda. We are now going to listen to the closing remark given by Associate Professor Dr. Tunku Salha Tunku Ahmad. She is the Director of Center for International Engagement from University Malaysia Perlis.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sarah. For the closing, I will take a very brief speak. I will give a very brief speech for the closing. So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Again, warmest greetings from University Malaysia Perlis, UNIMAP. And Alhamdulillah, we have come to the end of the program of meeting 1 of Teen Ideas 2021. So on behalf of UNIMAP, I would like to take this opportunity to thank firstly A2NET, of course. And then I would like to take this opportunity to thank the keynote speakers, Associate Professor Dr. Siti Khadijah, and also Bapak Professor Bambang from ITS. And of course, greatest thanks and appreciation to the working committee from ITS and UNIMAP, the participating students, and everyone involved in this virtual mobility program. Indeed, we have an amazingly dedicated group of people to make Teen Ideas 2021 a successful program. In fact, we have done a tremendous job in bringing together and organizing the program to show off our best qualities of students to participate in the program. And again, congratulations. And ladies and gentlemen, from what I see, by participating in this kind of team activities, it can help students to develop essential communication and enhance their collaboration skills while preparing them for success inside and outside of the classroom. So the most apparent benefit from this program is the great teamwork that we can see among the participants of the program, because they need to share their ideas, they need to give the input to the team so that the team can perform well in the presentation later on. So teamwork teaches essential communication and social skills such as active listening and effective speaking. So when working as a team, students or participants learn how to listen to their team members in order to perform their individual roles. Students learn how to listen to one another in order to function as a cohesive unit. Teamwork teaches students how to respectfully and confidently express their ideas and opinions effectively in a group setting. By introducing students to collaborative environments like what we are having in this program, it opens up opportunities for them, for the students, for the participants to be more productive and joyful as they work with others in a team-based environment. So this satisfaction will be reflected in their job performance and career advancement later on, inshallah. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot more tangible benefits that students can gain from this virtual mobility program, such as improving self-confidence, enhance communication skills, and also improve language skills. Participation in team activities teaches students how to be better communicators, which in turn helps every member of the team feel valued and respected. As a result, even the most introverted and quietest members of the team can become active participants and learn to enjoy team activities. Ladies and gentlemen, before I end my speech, I take this opportunity to welcome everyone to UNIMAP, to visit us in UNIMAP, to explore future study or research opportunities through the university's diverse English taught undergraduate and postgraduate programs, as well as the mobility student programs after the COVID-19 pandemic situation is stabilized. I hope that all of us will continue this partnership by organizing more attachments in the future, including extending this to a wider range of higher learning institutions across Asia and the rest of the globe. May I once again express our heartfelt thanks and appreciation to all of you, the participating students and staff, the keynote speakers, the organizers, moderators, reviewers, our guests and partners for supporting this program, Teen Ideas 2021. It is hoped that this collaboration will expand widely in the future. Till then, stay safe. Thank you, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much once again to Dr. Tunku Salha. Okay, I think that we have come to the end of the event, and once again, we're going to have a photo session. Oh yeah, please don't forget to key in your attendance. There's a link in the chat box. Okay. Okay, everyone, please get ready with your camera on. I'm going to count from 1 to 3 and give your best smiles.
All right, you are all in the class now, so make sure you are seen, all right? Okay, moderator, are we ready?
All right, okay. 1, 2, smile.
Okay, one moment. Let me take the photo. I think Indah from UNE, you are missing. All right. One moment, yeah. Let me just change this. All right. Oh, now I am the lecturer now. Okay, everyone, smile. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Yeah. Okay, let's take one normal one, the group one. All right, everyone just smile. Normal one. 1, 3, 2, 1, go. Smile, keep smiling. I have few pages over here. Keep smiling. All right, and freestyle. Yay. All right, thank you so much, everyone. All right, ready? Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, keep posing. Keep posing. All right, keep posing as well. Keep posing. And we are done. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you once again. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to thank everybody here for taking participation in this event. Thank you so much, and have a nice day.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, Pak Bambang. Thank you,
Sama-sama.
Dr. Siti Khadijah. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you. Bye.
PM Tunku. Thank you, Pak Irfan. Thank you, Bu Desi.
Thank you, Dr. Ahmed. Thank you.
Thank you as well. All right. All
you
right,
very much.
students.
Thanks all.
All right.
See you next event. Yeah.
See you next 2 weeks then. All right, students, remember to tell us your chosen problem statement. All right. So I see you all in offline discussion in the WhatsApp group. Take care. Bye-bye. Remember to fill in the attendance link. All right. Take care. Bye.